Hello fellow gamers and welcome to LORED. LORED? LORED? LORED. Let's go with LORED. So this is a idle clicker game all about collecting resources. And to get things kicked off, what we need to do is we need to unlock Scoot. Scoot is going to be our main kind of progression in this stage here. So we have some resources already kind of saved up so we can unlock him. So as you can see here, we are doing 0.4 stone per second. Cute little kind of figurine there, little cartoon character. He is okay, so he has now kind of stopped because he is waiting for coal. So in order to unlock coal, we need to get the fire starter upgrades. Okay, so once we've got the fire starter upgrades, this unlocks the kind of tech tree. As you can see, we have lots of different things. Quite a lot of them are locked as of now, all the way to the bottom. So for this, we have a total of 40 different upgrades that we need to kind of max out. But before we do that, we are going to unlock Carl. Carl is our coal creator. He is going to be probably the most important one for this run. This is going to take a little while. Doing coal, I've kind of had a little go of it before, so I kind of know what to expect just a little bit. And these two guys, these are going to be the main kind of driving force for some of the other lords that we do kind of unlock as we go along. You'll see here that coal is actually producing minus 0.9 per second. What we need to do is we need to kind of upgrade him using this little kind of up arrow here, but we do need to collect more stone before we can do that. So once we do have enough stone, we can kind of upgrade, and this is kind of where things kind of kick off. Stone and coal are very important for the kind of early game progression. It is a bit of a kind of a, like I say, it is an idle game, so there is a bit of a kind of delay. The good thing is though, like kind of with the resource gathering, it does kind of tell you kind of roughly how long it does take in order to get that. So we'll upgrade coal now. It has gone up to 0.2 per second, so we're in the positive. Okay, and this little button here up in the top left corner, this kind of goes over like kind of all the amounts that we have, like kind of like what each of the lords kind of producing, as well as kind of what the rate. So the rate's very important because we want to try and keep things all on the positive. Back over to the upgrade, we are kind of looking to get these grinder and grander kind of upgrades. So in order to get the grinder, we do need some iron, which is kind of here, and then we also need copper, which I believe is going to be unlocked in a little bit over there. We do have a new raw iron lord called Ted. Let's have a look at Ted. There he is, kind of sleeping right now, just kind of waiting for us to unlock him. So we already have enough stone, so we can do that. But once we do that, as you can see, coal has dropped. So in order for Ted to murder the raw iron by shooting it out of the ground, it is needing coal. So basically what we need to do is we need to upgrade coal one more time so we can get a positive. I don't want to do the raw iron, even though we can do it right now. We do have enough resources for that. As soon as we do that though, we are going to lose more coal. Obviously that's a bit of a problem, because then that'll stop the raw iron, things will come to a halt, and we don't want that. Okay, while we are waiting for enough stone, we have gathered enough raw iron, so we can unlock iron raw. So here's Will. Will is just sitting idly right now. Now what I want to do is it's just say that we do need stone and copper in order to unlock this. We do have enough copper saved up. You kind of get some starting resources, but we don't want to do that yet because we want to get coal back into the positive and we want to start building up that. I think what would be good is we kind of wait for grinder to kind of become available. What that'll do is that'll kind of speed up the production of stone, which in turn is going to kind of create stone a little bit faster, so we can get these upgrades kind of going a little bit sooner. Now I'm going to unlock iron. Just because we did have enough levels on coal, we can kind of unlock that, and it's still going to keep everything in the positive. But as you can see as well, the raw iron is now producing less. So iron ingots are being toasted by Will, but it is using raw iron and coal. We can unlock raw copper, which is Eugene. And by unlocking this, we're still in the positive, but only just. So what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of wait just a little bit. It's going to take 3 minutes to get this coal up to level 4. Once we have enough stone, as you can see here, let's get that up to level 4. We also have unlocked the Copper Lord Ben, as well as we can haste copper, so we can get ahead on that one, and we can already unlock that. Still producing more coal, gotta keep an eye out on that. Now what we need to do is we need to get stone up, so that's going to be very important on making sure we can upgrade a lot of stuff. As you can see here, raw copper with that little kind of fire starter upgrade has meant that we're not producing any right now at 0. We're not losing any, but we're not producing any. And then once we get iron ingots hasted as well, that's going to knock that down to 0. Okay, so we now have a bunch of other unlocks here. So we have freedom of speech, which unlocks emotes. We have cloudy day, which means we can allow our lords to sleep. And then we also have the safety wheel. What the hell is going on? Okay, so let's have a look at this. This now shows what it is that the input is and the output. So for every 1 coal that Ted uses, we get 1 raw iron. For Will, to create an iron ingot, for every coal and raw iron, we get 1 ingot. And with these upgrades, they kind of like double. So I think what we need to do is we need to create a little bit more iron and a little bit more copper. We also have fair trade. Now fair trade gives us a massive boost of 500 coal. And we already have about 120, but 500 gives us a lot of surplus. So we can kind of upgrade both the iron ingots and the copper when we have enough materials. And that'll kind of help kind of increase those. But because we have so much coal, even if it goes into the negative, we are going to get a little bit more help. Now, already can get stone level 2, which is great. This is a good one here, lighter shovel. We need to level that up so we can create more coal. Oh, here we go. So grandma. Okay, this is... I'm not sure if I want to use that quite yet. It does create more stone, but it does kind of mean that we are going to lose. It's 600 coal. At this point, that's a lot. I don't quite want to do that yet. What I do want to do, though, is I do want to kind of increase copper. Oh, what's this? Joy and grief. I'll put 2 emotions on the coin of our brains, except our brains are full of coins. Wait, did that make any sense? Okay. What I want to do is I want to get some of these. I want to get more haste on the raw iron, more haste on the raw copper. That just means we'll be getting that a lot quicker. While we wait for those raw materials so we can upgrade that, we also want to kind of upgrade the lighter shovel, because that does give us quicker production of the coal. We really need to get this coal up. Let's get stone upgraded just a little bit more. Coal up to level 5, so we're back on the positive. So like I was saying before, like obviously when we got the fair trade, where we got all of that extra coal, we could have went straight in to get kind of grandma hasted, which will, you know, produce stone a little bit quicker. But as you can see, because we fell into the negative with upgrading the raw iron and raw copper and everything else, we're now down to 170 coal. We would have been kind of at a standstill. So that's why I didn't want to kind of upgrade haste and use all of those resources for the coal, because Coal is super important. Okay, so now what do we have here? So we can upgrade iron again. I don't want to do that quite yet, just because, you know, I'd rather kind of focus on leveling up stone for now. This would be great, but we are kind of producing iron ingots and copper ingots at an okay rate for now. So what we can do is we can kind of look at what's next. Okay, so I think light a shovel, we can get that leveled up. Growth, where we unlock Percy, is going to be something that we kind of hold on just a little bit longer. And we can have a look what else is down this tree. So we've got jewels. So we have another LORED to unlock, as well as concrete. So let's get stone upgraded, iron upgraded, puts us back into the negative coal, but we do have enough kind of stockpiled stone, so we can get that straight back to the positive. Okay, let's get copper up. We have loads of upgrades here, so we have enough now to kind of speed up both the raw iron and raw copper, which is great. And we have built up enough coal again, and we are on the positive. So yeah, let's do that. Let's get that kind of up. So we are kind of making 10 stone per second now, which will speed up getting the coal up another level. And then we can also get the raw materials upgraded. What I like to do is I think I'm going to try and make sure that the raw materials are at least one level higher than the actual ingots. I'm not going to do that yet, just because coal is getting pretty low. But I do kind of want to get that as we get to kind of the higher levels and higher upgrades. This will just make us almost 30% kind of faster, which puts us up to 4.38, which is great. So what I'm going to do now is things are going to take a little bit of time now. 2 minutes, 1 minute, 5 minutes, 9 minutes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of let this kind of run a little bit, and then once we have kind of a few things more leveled up and we get to the new LORED to unlock Percy, I'll be back.
A few moments later.
Okay, and after a little bit of a tea break, we now have enough to unlock Growth Lord Percy. Okay, let's have a look at Percy. What does he need? Okay, Percy drinks apple and banana smoothies every day. There we go. And now we have Percy, who looks like grows. So growth is coming out of his head, popping it off. Okay, that is gross. But one thing that growth does unlock is critical chance. Critical chance just means that we get, at the moment, 1.5 multiplier when it crits. You can see there, copper ingots just created 12 at a 1.5 rate. Now, in order to see what the stats are for each of these LOREDs, you can click this little kind of icon here, and this basically tells you all the details, the level, what it's outputting, what its in, like what its input, haste, all that kind of stuff. So the haste here is all of the upgrades that we're doing, critical rolls, multipliers, everything like that now. So because we have a 10% chance now, how many times it's critted, what the score is, just to kind of explain everything there. Okay. So now it's just a case of just clicking, getting things leveled up as and when we can. We could level up those 2 times. I don't want to do that because I do want to keep on positive with that coal. What I do want to unlock though is the LOREDs. We are going to run out of jewels soon. When we run out of jewels, we're not going to create any more growth. Okay, we need growth. Where is it? Here, to unlock concrete. So in order to get the concrete, we need enough growth. In order to keep on making growth, we need jewels. So this is going to take a little bit of time. We have most of the resources already. We're basically waiting on just a little bit of gold. And now we can unlock the LORED Nutsuko. Okay, so what do we have here? Follows Tesla on Twitter, which has been crossed out and now says X. So we need concrete for that. So here We have Santos. Anything can make him laugh. Okay, so he is capturing the stone, mashing it together, throwing it down, and then there we go. 1 concrete. So we need to do that another 25 times, and then we have enough to get jewels going. To get more concrete, we need to upgrade iron and copper. For iron and copper, we need to get more stone. So as you can see here, it's just all just kind of micromanaging right now. We are just kind of like slowly but surely adding a little bit levels here, adding a little bit levels here. You know, the main thing is though is making sure that we always have positive coal, or at least we have a surplus of coal so that we can kind of keep upgrading. We have unlocked another one. So yeah, speaking of which, we can upgrade that. Makes it faster. We're now producing 22 per second.
More moments later.
Finally have enough jewels. Enough concrete to get jewels on the go. We are producing a negative 1.8 per second. So I think what's going to be important is if we use the concrete in the mixer to upgrade how fast concrete's made. It only uses coal and stone, but as you can see, 0.104 per second is so slow. So we need to kind of work on that one. And then what we can also do is that's going to get faster, and then we're going to upgrade as well. So we're going to get the output doubled up, and then also a 1.4. So that's going to be like a big increase because it's doubled and then added an extra 40%. So now we're making 0.2. We can speed that up. So we're now making almost 0.3. So we've pretty much tripled what we're doing just in those little few upgrades. Now I think we need to kind of look at maybe focusing on trying to get these ingots up a level, which will speed up so we can get stone. So that's going to take 5 minutes. That's going to take 3 minutes. So yeah. So with these upgrades for the individual lords, that doubles the kind of output every time we level them up. But then it comes a little bit finicky when we kind of start using these upgrades on the fire starter as well. Because the input and the output, more resources are used in the same amount of time, the multiply effect on some of these can be really good. But you have to be careful on what input is getting used as well, and making sure there is a balance. So we've built enough coal to get grandma maxed out, so we are producing more stone. So we went from 66 to 83. It's a 30% gain there, which is awesome. That does mean that we are going to get stone quicker to upgrade this and get coal upgraded faster, so we can look at doing the ingots faster, just because, as you can see, doubling that is going to take more and more coal. These numbers exponentially grow. Speaking of growth, we can upgrade growth, but really there's not much point because we are using all of our jewels. And it's going to be a couple of minutes before we can upgrade that, and 1 minute to upgrade that. So I don't want to do growth yet because there's not really much point. It's not going to make it any quicker. It's still going to produce it at the same speed because it's bottlenecked because of the lack of jewels that we have right now. There we go. A few more seconds to get the iron upgraded. Okay, and still on the negative on the jewels. Can't upgrade iron. It's going to take another 5 minutes to get concrete doubled up. We do want to get concrete pretty quickly because we can haste. We do have enough growth for that one. Coal's at 29 now. It's okay. We're doing 5 per second copper and 4 per second iron. Joules are going to be affected by crit, so when we crit, I'll just kind of keep it going just that little bit longer. And now that we have enough concrete, we are going to get joules kind of upgraded, so the input and output finally puts us into the positive now. So we are going to get more joules than we are going to spend, and then we kind of need that up yet another level before we want to kind of upgrade the growth, which concrete is ticking along very nicely to upgrade. So we can now upgrade that, and that's only going to take 5 minutes to double that output. So we're in a good spot now. As you can see from the stats here, we are all in the positive, stone being the biggest one so far. And if we look at the tech tree, we have all of these done, almost kind of maxed out on these haste upgrades. Got all the way down here, where as you can see now, the numbers are getting real high. 150,000 just to get one upgrade. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to take a quick little break, let these numbers kind of grow a little bit, and I'll be back.
Not much later.
Now that we've let that run a little bit and done some upgrades, we almost have the last few lords unlocked. So what we're going to do is we're going to start by unlocking Dylan, so we can get Tarbal. Okay, so Dylan is the quiet science guy. Okay, and we have some of those hearts already, so it looks like we were given that as a bonus, and we only need iron, so we can unlock that already. Now it does need oil, so that's also something that we can unlock. Oddly is going to be our oil guy. Oddly is a big fat baby. Okay, and with that one we just need concrete and copper, so let's get that going. It is already in the negative, which isn't great, but I think that has to do with tar. So what's that using? That just uses coal, and then this uses quite a few. So just to make sure we are still in the positive apart from oil and joules. Okay, so let's have a look here. So it's going to take 11 minutes to get enough concrete to upgrade that. Is there anything that we can do on here? So that's only going to take 7 minutes to get the joules kind of upgraded, so we're in the positive. We do have a little bit of a surplus, so that is going to last like a little bit of time, so we don't have to worry about joules. I think our focus is going to be this. I think if we focus on the oil, get that back into the positive, and then what's going to happen is that's going to constantly be running at that point. Now, it looks like Odd Lee is very odd indeed. He is, looks like he's sucking the oil through a straw and spitting it out. So that's one way of collecting oil. And tarball, I have no idea what the tarball is. So yeah, pours it on, grows into an eyeball, gives it a slap, and that's apparently what a tarball is. Okay. Oh, here we go. We've unlocked Malignancy. Let's have a look here. And this unlocks, okay, so now we have all of the unlocks in this tree, minus this one. But I think we're a bit kind of stuck on completing that until It's Grown on Me is completed, but I don't think there's anything in this tree that has that name. So what we're going to do for the rest of this episode is we're going to try and kind of complete some of these, see what's going on with Malignancy, because that's the top one, right? So that is, what do we need for that? So we need tarball, growth, and joules. Okay, so I think we're gonna need this a little bit soon. Oh, we can unlock stone. Great, let's do that. don't want to do the iron, the raw iron or the raw copper, just because we're running low on coal. It's a very nice number.
Nice.
So I don't want to change that quite yet. Looks like we have enough so we can upgrade oil. Now we're in the positive for oil. We did lose the nice number, but you know, it is what it is. Let's get concrete going a little bit faster. That'll kind of speed up the time that we can get positive on the joules. We can also create more growth. Just want to make sure we are still in the positive for everything else. Yes, does look like we are kind of getting there. And we're kind of working through these upgrades. So what do we need here? Pro consumer mechanics. You can view and change upgrade tree tabs at the top of the upgrades window. Unlocks the cash shop. +1 diamond. Ruby? Ruby. +1 ruby. So we need 25 malignancies to do that. And then what else do we have? We need 5,000 malignancies to unlock the malignant upgrades. Okay. So I think the aim is to try and get to the malignant upgrades. I think we're going to do that next episode. I think for now, what we're going to do is just kind of like level up a couple more things. I want to see what's in the cash shop, just to see what we have that's upgradable there. And then I think we just kind of level up a couple of more things. And I think next episode, what we'll do is we'll kind of save up a little bit more, really focus on getting malignancies, because 6 hours as it is, yes, malignancy is only level 1 right now. So that's going to be exponentially kind of a shorter time, but I think we need to kind of level up things a little bit. But let's have a look at the cash shop. Okay. So free cash at the enrichment center. Investors are rolling in their graves. Okay. So it looks like this is a new currency. So now we have dollars per second. Oh, okay. So we got a free gem or ruby or whatever it is to unlock that, which did unlock this skill tree. Gem pittance. Is this all you can afford? Okay, so now we're putting they are gems. So we're now creating gems per second. Okay, so cash and gems. And then also squirtlings. Okay, so it looks like squirtlings could be another... Oh, here we go. It's the same symbol as before. Okay, so it looks like we have lots of different things here. So that'll be good to look into. Now it is going to take a little bit of time to be able to do that. It looks like this progression is pretty quick to start off with to increase gems. So it's going to be 26 hours. But I don't want to get too much into that quite yet. I do want to kind of focus on getting all of these kind of fire starter upgrades kind of upgrade a little bit before we kind of call it for today. So let's have a look here. As much as I want to increase malignancies, I think that's really going to kind of affect our joules. And it's going to take 6 more minutes to get enough concrete. Oh, we can't upgrade concrete to level 6, which is great. So that's only 3 minutes. What about our upgrades? Let's have a look. Ooh, 1 more minute. So that goes from 2.45 to 3.31 for the output and the input. We are okay on coal. So I think, yes, let's do that. Let's upgrade I've Lost My Stuff to level 4. And then, do we look to upgrade the brioche? Let's try that. That doesn't reduce coal too much, so we still have enough, I think, to upgrade Jet Puff to level 3 to match brioche. Then I think we level up I've Lost My Stuff, which we can then upgrade the malignancies. So we're getting double what we have currently. yeah, so we ran into a bit of a problem when we were trying to kind of upgrade those last couple of things. We were trying to get everything kind of evened out. So what I found was that oil and jewels are really kind of needing extra kind of upgrading right now. So we got everything else kind of balanced out. As you can see, we're making plenty coal, plenty stone, raw iron and raw copper is fine. Ingots are kind of getting there. We can upgrade them, so I think we'll kind of do that just to make sure. You see, these upgrades now are really kind of like driving down how much kind of coal we're producing. That only takes a little bit of time, so we'll do that, and then give it a minute for a little bit of stone that we need for that one. But yeah, like I was saying, when we were trying to kind of upgrade and get the tarball, the oil, the malignancies, these were kind of creating a big kind of deficit on growth, jewels. So I've spent a little bit of time just kind of figuring out what the kind of the best way is just to kind of even it, so we're always producing kind of materials for each of them. I don't want to kind of zero out on some of them. You can see we only have 26, 25 oil, and we need kind of oil to kind of level up the efficiency of the malignancies that are created. Now, input times 0.8, what that'll do is it'll reduce the cost of creating malignancies to by 20%. Now, if we have a look right now, all the things that we're having problems with in terms of like keeping a positive flow is going to be affected there. So 20% of 4, 2, and 2 is going to save us a lot in the long run. Especially like, for example, you can see growth is only producing 0.382 per second because 2 of them is being used to create malignancy. So if you can reduce how much it costs to create malignancy, which is what we kind of need to focus on, so we can get this malignant upgrade in the next episode. So all I've been doing is kind of just trying to balance things, making sure we're on the positive. We can upgrade this now, which is great. So we're back on positive with oil. That just is the final one there. So yeah, so we're all on the positive, and we have everything upgraded. We can even almost let's make sure we can get oil up there, which is fantastic. We now have more output on oil, so we're gaining more oil per second. We can also upgrade this, so we're still on the positive with coal. It's going to take a little bit of time to make sure we get enough of everything else, but I think that's a good time to kind of end the episode. So next time what we're going to do is we're going to kind of jump into Squirtling, see what all of that they're about, and then we're going to work towards trying to get this malignant upgrade to see where we get to next on that. So guys, appreciate you kind of watching the video. Tune in for the next one. Peace.